When, good morning, when Professor Ken asked me to talk on whatever I'm going to speak, I want to speak black and white, what is the problem. It is more related to the Indian standard. I am sure there must be many deans present here from the United States or from the other parts of the world. Whatever I speak or to, my recommendation is not to hurt anyone. As you all know, India is totally a different country, a land of unity and diversity, and we have more than 300 dental schools, and whatever the reports, whatever the suggestions which were given before, even the Flexner's report 100 years back, it may not be, it doesn't go well with our country. So carefully see this slide. Here, we have, this is the Scopus record. In 1993, India published 30 manuscripts in core dental journals, accounting for 0.4%. All of them were cited within 3 years of window period. But in 2010, date published today, in 2013, Indians published 1,055 articles contributing to 7.8% of the world dental production, but only 75 of the 1,055 manuscripts have been published. This caused a great worry. Besides getting published, getting a quality publication matters. This is another important slide. Kindly go through this. This page shows the acceptance rate of select Indian dental journals. Acceptance rate is in the year 2014. Though not accurate, it gives a robust estimate of Indian ground situation. The acceptance rate of Indian dental journals, which are indexed with PubMed, ranges between 9 to 39. You can see here, this is the journal, Indian journal. These are all non-indexed, these are PubMed indexed. So the PubMed indexed, the acceptance rate is 9 to 35%. While non-index is between 9 to 65%. The mean acceptance rate of PubMed index journal was 16.4, while the same non-index is 34.91%. This difference is quite significant. What can be deduced from this? Overall acceptance rate is low. It is still low when PubMed index journals. So, the magnitude of problem when you see, India has 300 dental schools with EG curriculum, 200 dental schools with PG curriculum, 8,000 and more dental teachers are available, and 300 deans, and 5,000 professors and associate professors, and 3,000 junior level lecturers, and more than 30,000 students, and able to produce in 2010 1,185 documents. So how to increase the acceptance in the current drawback? The situation is, we need to, I put forward some suggestion, that is, the syllabus does not emphasize the need for a structured teaching of research methodology in the UG or PG curriculum. It is barely taught for about a handful of hours, which is not sufficient enough to carry a supervised research. In addition, dentists must publish benefits, promotions, tenures, etc., and not out of passion, that they have something very exciting to share with the world. It has become mere exercise to cheat the officials, a practice that is followed in words, not in spirit. Additionally, no public funding is available for these 8,000 plus teachers to undertake the research. If the few teachers who know to proceed with the structured research are not mentoring enough students, and lack of mentors is another gray area. The present issues, we just do confirmatory research of what is being done in the West. Because Newton described gravity of apples, most of us there use orange. Emphasis has been orange and comparison with apple, but conveniently forget the gravity and the mass, the essence of the publication. We repeat exposing our lack of originality and innovation. Owing to all these factors, poor basic research is undertaken, and all this contributes to the poor presence of Indian research in high-impact journals. So how deans and teachers can help? So how to change this mindset? A radical approach is needed. The deans and teachers must evolve themselves as they change their dream and aspire. India has a huge dental manpower, expanding knowledge and base, evolving collaboration, huge dental diasporas, with most of them occupying key positions. More giving back might happen. Our people need to be ready to seize and use the opportunity. Also, the burden of diseases, particularly the non-communicable and lifestyle diseases, all-time high. Hence, the opportunity are plenty. All is well needed to create and seize the use of chance offered. So, change is required in the curriculum. So, introduce the journal clubs. To enable this, journal clubs can be made as a tool. The young one needs to be taught about the nuances of reading, appreciating and critically reviewing the manuscript. Unless they know what is right or wrong, they cannot learn to distinguish the right from the wrong. Also, this will create a lifelong learning process to stimulate the cycle of research. The deans and the teachers need to support the research and create a conducive environment and not want to kill the situation. Even small research work need to be applauded and encouraged and promoted. This would pave for a longer work future. Allocation of funds is a crucial process in this. Change in perception and functioning. To enable this, mentoring system need to be promoted. Create a set of students who would serve as peers to their juniors and probably serve as buddies to mentor and promote them. Short-term shadowing opportunity with lead researchers or in labs can be given instead of interested students. They should be taught and assessed in detail in the domains of ethics and statistics, a vital domain that is crucial. The accountability needs to be created. The students need to be taught an art of scientific writing. As English is not a native language for most of the Indians, developing sufficient language skill is crucial. Changes in deans. What is historic and what is proposed? I hope I don't hurt anybody by putting up this slide. And traditionally, like most of the yesteryear deans of the West, dean is the corporate boss. They have unlimited powers and access and has unchallenged powers and authority. They have power to overrule and dean becomes the rule. Whereas I suggest that in India, dental deans need to be a part of the research team, be a responsible leader who leads by example and contributes equally rather than enjoying all privileges or at the cost of the others. Next is the systematic vision. This is very important. To enable this, deans and teachers need to evolve macro vision, goals and missions of the institution, and micro level vision, goals and missions of the department. This should be motivated and taught to the students. The teachers should ensure that these are understood by students till that point where students themselves become a part of the system, not the beneficiary of the system. In this model, there can be no silent spectator and there can be only active participants. Every bystander needs to be a contributor, a learner or a teacher in his own right. Not only this, all parts of stakeholders need to be involved in creating a network, create avenues of action and evolve paths to accomplish the goals. They need to stimulate a domino effect at all levels so that mass movement of research and scientific fever is developed in the campus. This can be accomplished if and only when the wrong notions, beliefs, attitudes and values are corrected. Elements of mistrust need to be sorted out well ahead, especially those between all powerful authorities. The strong cementing relationship will create a batch of motivated, contributing researchers. Deans and teachers need to improve these factors, cognitive factors and affective factors. Besides this, deans and teachers need to develop cognition or subjects, skills, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, or writing and self-evaluating. Also, soft skill like gelling with them, with the team, being able to work as a team, accepting and handling strength and weakness of the team members, assuming responsibility, being accountable, valuing collaborating, organizing skills, developing leadership qualities, performing the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities and the threat analysis by others, and accounting the individual variation and needs to be taught. Together, the team need to publish more. They have to motivate and publish more value, create good supportive network, evolve a symbiotic relationship, bring in trainers to train the students, also staff and dean to create platform to promote themselves in the public domains, social medias, etc. so that they are well known in their immediate community, not only as capable dentists, but excellent researchers and the key opinion leaders. Teach to review and answer the review. The program to achieve this should also teach to critically assess the manuscripts, self-written or others, perform ethical review, be precise and concise in expression of thoughts, develop a clear picture and develop a reward system for all such academic endeavors, both in terms of finance, social standing and tenure. Deans and teachers. Together, the deans and teachers, to create a sense of belonging, need to create a brand value of research, keep the team intact and motivated. Their social, financial obligation need to be addressed by a series of short and long-term goals. But remember, such an endeavor should not create a situation where students hunt for opportunity for profit or unworthy pursuits. At the same time should be sufficiently funded for performing a good research. Thank you so much.